Yeah.
I mean, this season too, it ended kind of abruptly, right? Like the last episode aired today.
Yeah, last 2 episodes came out today.
Yeah, last two aired.
Right,
came out today, and there's no real, and it kind of ends like right in the middle, basically. You know, so it would have been nice to have more of a resolution. You know, to kind of tell the story more complete, because it's really kind of ends like right in the middle. And I think we were talking about this like with Dan to Dan a few weeks ago. It's either here nor there, I suppose, but it would have been nice.
I think it kind of felt more like Demon Slayer to me, though. Like, as far as like, now we know everything's built up to this last battle. We're going to show you the last battle in the next season.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it felt like to me. Less than Dan to Dan. Like, Dan to Dan to me was like when effing Luke Skywalker is going to blow up the Death Star and he goes into the flight and then Darth Vader shows up and kills 2 of the guys around him, and then the movie ends.
And the movie ends there.
That's what Dan to Dan felt like. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, that's where you're ending it.
Right.
Like,
and this didn't feel that way for you, because to me it felt pretty much like, okay, now I'm right. There needs to be another episode. Clearly, well, obviously there's going to be, but like I said, it didn't really end anywhere. It kind of ended, with Ishida.
Ishida.
Yeah. He's kind of,
he's good again, I guess.
Right, on the
Which I got
good
something to
side.
say about that, but
I kind of figured that's what he was doing.
There's no way it wasn't going to happen that way. But I got my issues with it. But no, I mean, to me, it just felt like, okay, like now we're in the final arena. Like, Ishida's fighting the heir to Ewok.
But see, it seemed like it would have worked better if, like, as they're about to fight the guy, seems like that would have been a better place to end it, as opposed to like they've started their fight or whatever, and then it just kind of ends.
I mean, did they really start fighting though? Kind of just seemed like she just shot him and said like, "I'll hold him back. You guys go after Ewok," and that's
that seems that feels like a weird place to end it.
Does it feel the same as Demon Slayer to you, where like the fucking guy drops him into the castle and they're all about to fight and then it's over?
I felt like that was a cliffhanger. Like, I felt like that was a cliffhanger. I didn't get the same feeling on this last episode of Bleach. Like, it was like, no, I didn't get that impression.
Interesting.
But yeah,
it felt exactly like Demon Slayer to me. It's like the next one, we're all fighting the final bosses. Like, Yorichi's gonna fight this dude. Ishida's gonna fight the other dude. These people are gonna fight the giant guy. And this is the last battle. These are all the guys that need to be taken out for this to be over. So we're gonna do it in the last season, exactly like Demon Slayer. These are the last demons to be taken out. We're in the castle. We'll do that next season. That's what it felt like to me. It felt exactly the same to me.
Yeah, man.
Why does it feel different than Demon Slayer to you? Feel me asking.
Again, because Demon Slayer felt like that was more of a cliffhanger. Like, they built it up and they like right as they basically kind of set it up like we're in the enemy's camp. Here we go. The next thing is just going to be, the battle being wrapped up and concluded. With this, it still felt like they were in the process of getting ready to get set. You know what I mean? Like, if they had all been together and they were at the front gate, so to speak, and they were about to go attack all the Quincy's, and they cut it like that, that's a cliffhanger.
Is that not what happened though? Like, because they're all they're all kind of like about to face off their final fight with each of these Quincy's, and like Ichigo's running up the stairs to Ewok's castle. That's the last thing you see of Ichigo.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can 100% watch it again. I only watched it once, but to me, when I was watching it, I remember just kind of sitting there like, okay, let me go to the next episode, because it felt like there should be another episode, and it just kind of like it felt like it just kind of floated there, so to speak. That's a little, weird, but
okay, agree to disagree.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
We're not gonna sway each other on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think we both have different opinions of how Demon Slayer ended, also. Like, because I was a little bit bothered by how it ended. Especially
and I was not.
Series,
I was not. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, especially taking into context of the entire season, that whole season was like, never mind.
Yeah.
We have a Demon Slayer episode.
Yeah.
You go back and check it out.
Check it out.
Yeah. But yeah, no, so I guess to get some negatives, I guess.
Sure.
The big one that I didn't really enjoy, there's 2 things that kind of were glaring to me in this season that I wasn't happy with. The first one was kind of the amount of times there was like pulling some out of your ass to like get the to get to get above. So like the first one that I really noticed, I was like, when I started like taking me out of the show was when they're like, oh, we can't open the reishi gate, or we can't open the gate. And then the scientist guy's like, oh, I have a reishi booster, a spirit, whatever, a reishi booster. He's like, oh, you have one of those? Yeah, why wouldn't I have one? And then they boost reishi and they're able to go through the gate.
Right on. Okay,
I was like, okay, where'd that thing come from? Like, you just happen to be sitting on one of those?
He's that good.
Yeah,
He's
there's
a scientist.
that. There was like the when the Shunsui is fighting the sniper guy, and like he's like, no blade can kill me, and then like he's like, oh, well, I just happen to be hiding the god killing blade, for the girl.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I've been holding on to it, and like, we just happen to have a sword that can fight a god, and she's the one who's gonna wield it because of the back. There's a backstory, obviously, which they did, but it's like we happen to be fighting this like god-like character. I have a family curse that lets me have a sword that can kill gods, and we just happen to have it in my back pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like there was a lot of moments like that. Just was like, oh, we're not gonna be able to come up with it. Oh, well, guess what? I have this secret thing that has exactly
in my pocket.
It's exactly the thing that we need to move forward in this part.
Yeah.
So I noticed that a couple of times. I was like, well, like there's no build up to that. It's just like flashback. We have the answer. Now we have the upper hand. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that in some of the scenes in this run. Yeah. Because it's kind of similar to how you were saying. I think when we did the first season, when you didn't, I think you were saying that you didn't like that the healer lady was the original Kenpachi. Okay. And it kind of seemed like it was like just thrown in there.
Without okay, I got it. Yeah, true.
That's how I felt about this season.
About
those
this season.
Parts.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to defend it. I agree with that. I don't know. I don't know. I guess you don't want to necessarily give it a pass, but it's kind of like their MO, so to speak. You know what I mean? That's what they do for the show. So I don't know. I'm trying to like say like how upset can anyone be because they're doing what they, I don't want to say what they typically do, but that's how I feel about the show. Like I said, I've never been, again, I've said this a million times. I've never been anti Bleach, but I've never been a fan of it either. And I really didn't see anything that really got me kind of excited about this. Like I said, it looks great. There's a lot of cool action, a lot of cool, fighting scenes in it. And getting like, some of the backstories, I think a lot of anime, they're really good at telling like these kind of human stories, of these characters that, are going through their own hurt, their own pain through loss of family members, loss of, plans, ideas that they might have had or ideals that they had when they were younger and they kind of get crushed by the wayside. All that stuff is I do enjoy seeing that. That makes just for interesting characters. But I always feel like Bleach has always been like, maybe not always, but I'm especially thinking maybe the first season is like, there's a lot of like running through like these weird deserted towns to get to some boss. I feel like I saw that in the first season. I feel like again, it's in this one quite a bit. I feel like it's, well, even throughout a lot of this 1,000-Year Blood War, there's, they're split up. They're running through a town trying to get, there's always them running around trying to get somewhere is always the constant thing that we keep seeing in Bleach. So like I said, I feel like I don't want to say every episode, but I've seen this already before. It's going to be the same thing. You're running, you're going to have some sort of, last minute miracle. You're going to get in a fight. It's going to kind of go either way. You're going to seem like you not have the upper hand. Then something's going to happen. You're going to gain the upper hand and you're going to pull out some sort of Hail Mary and win. Maybe that's just, it's an all anime thing. It's all, shonen anime. Maybe kind of do that thing. I was trying to think about other anime that maybe seem like they're a little redundant, I suppose. But when seeing them again running through a town, trying to meet up with each other, then they get ambushed or they come across somebody. It's like, man, I've seen this literally in Bleach multiple times. So that kind of, I don't know. I was kind of indifferent towards it. It didn't make me hate Bleach or anything like that. It was just like, oh, you're doing this again. Okay.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Do you agree, not agree? Or?
I see what you're saying. Because I think I have said that. I think the reason why I stopped watching Bleach was because I was just tired of training arcs. Like that's why I was so upset with the by the time we got to Demon Slayer's Ashida training arc, I was like,
more training stuff.
More train. I don't want to see a whole season of just training. Like, I've seen that in every other anime. Naruto, man, I'm tired of like Naruto. Like I need to go off and train with this guy, learn this ability, so I can fight this guy. And it's like I'm tired of it. Like Dragon Ball Z.
That's always the thing. It's like it's always training and getting
strong. And
gotta get stronger.
I get that's part of the process to get better at something. Like I understand that. Like I'm not saying that like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
like it makes sense.
Like, maybe just like training through like hard knocks. Like you're just in combat all the time. You know what I mean? And that's how you train. That's how you get better. As opposed to being taught by a teacher in the comfort of a gym or blah 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 kind of thing. Like
sometimes I just want to see the thing, I just want to see the thing and not the process to get there, right? Sometimes I don't really want to see how the sausage is made, I just want the sausage. You know what I mean?
That's what this is.
That's what sometimes I just like for entertainment purposes, like I don't need to see, like if a show is gonna be 200 episodes, let's make it 120 and cut out some of the training arcs, some of the other filler arcs. Let's do that. Yeah, because then it'll be a little bit tighter. I just think I think anime for me. I think maybe I have like an attention span thing. I think I've recently been told that I'm ADD, so and that's probably part of it. And I didn't know that about myself this whole time. But everybody else, for some reason in my life,
so who told you though? Consider who. I mean, I don't know who told you, but consider the source though. It's like So, but carry on.
No. But so I think maybe I don't have the attention span anymore to sit through 200 episodes, 300 episodes, and half of it being training. So I agree with you on that. I think that it is similar to like say. What's when he first goes to the Soul Society to say Rukia, similar to that, similar to going to Wakamundo. Like as great as those arcs were, it is similar, It's similar. And it just seems like it's only like the only reason why the stakes are higher is because they say the stakes are higher or they say they're stronger. When really, if you were to watch them side by side, it really seems like they're just, this is the same kind of stuff, right? I mean, even Aizen seems like he might even be stronger than some of these guys.
Yeah, he should be.
Even now, when he's in the 7 chair,
right? Like, they're saying that like he's gotten stronger even inside. Like what? He's gotten stronger too. Like you're supposed to have him like turned off.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So because it even seems like that. Like so, it doesn't seem like the only. Yeah. Again, so just like this is a higher stakes because we're saying it's higher stakes. These guys are stronger than anybody we ever fought before just because we're saying it. It doesn't even look like it. But true. They're just saying it is, and then we're further on in the series, so you just assume it is, right? Yeah. Like Frieza's always gonna be stronger than the Saiyans that come to Earth, but just because. Because it's further along in the series. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So, and you're not really, I heard you saying though, you're not really seeing anything that's making it look like.
Right. That it's much different.
Yeah, it's just another energy blast has been fired at you kind of thing. But for whatever reason, you can't stop this one.
Yeah, exactly. Right. There you go. Yeah. So I think there's that aspect to it. So I agree with you on that. My only thing is that I think it's just like at the time of my life when I started Bleach, it's that's like the golden age of anime for me. So
I think if anybody's watching it brand new, you're going to be okay with it. Like, but I think if you've watched it back then, and then you've watched it all the way up until now, I think you're going to start saying like, well, that's just anybody. Like if somebody sat down and started watching Bleach brand new right now, there's no reason why you shouldn't like it. You should watch it and be like, man, this is awesome. This is very cool. But if you keep going. And you get to this point, you will start to notice like that pattern or that same thing that they always do or tend to do.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty. Yeah. It's heavy in Bleach. I agree with you on that. Yeah. So
any other anything else?
My last. Yeah. I mean, I was really. I knew it was gonna happen, but I was kind of holding out hope that Ishida was just gonna stay a bad guy, because the big one is that. and this is why it bothered me so much at the very last episode.
Yeah.
When he like turned coats, he's like, "I've always been on your side this whole time."
Right.
Like, dude, you've murdered Soul Reapers. Like, you've killed a lot of Soul. You physically. I mean, you were there at the first raid when when a lot of Soul Reapers died in that first season, which is crazy. Like, they just came and wiped everybody out.
Yeah.
A lot of like main characters were.
Did we see
killed.
him actually kill anybody? Maybe.
Yeah, he did. He
Okay.
actually did murder. Like, he actually shot and killed. So he killed the Squad Zero lady. Like, he killed her. Like, the last.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the one with the tapestries. Like, he killed her. Like, so like.
Oh, that's a very good point. He does. Yeah,
he's the
right
one
in
who
this
fires
season.
the
Yeah.
shot. Yeah, in the season, beginning of the season.
Yeah.
So like.
And again, it's like you absorb the other powers of the other Squad Zero members, and you still got like taken out. Like,
yeah. Now it's like now the regular court guards are putting up a better fight than the actual Squad Zero.
Right. Like what's
And
happening?
they're like, who were you guys?
Yeah.
Who were you?
You guys
supposed to be that
didn't do
good?
much of anything. But okay, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so like this guy, like Ishida has killed Soul
Yeah.
Reapers, like killed Soul Reapers with his bow, and now he's like, I've been doing it so I can kill Ewok.
Yeah.
Like, but you murdered people though. You killed some of the good guys.
Right. It would be cool if it was like, yeah, I killed a lot of people because he does kind of say this, right? He says like, you can't beat him. He tells that to Ichigo. You can't beat him. So maybe his thinking was, or it could have been cool if he knows that he can't beat him, and he's like, I've got to take on this burden of evil myself. So I'm gonna kill. If that means I have to kill my friends to do it, then I'm gonna do it, and then I'll usurp him, and whatever that's gonna mean.
The means justify the ends kind of thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That would have been fine. Like, and if we get to that, that'd be great. But it seemed like this last season was just like, yeah, we're on the same team again. And then like everyone, like Ichigo smiles, and like Inoue, she's like happy that we're all friends again. And they run off. It's like, did you forget that he like was there on the day that they came to the Soul Society and killed everybody?
Yeah,
like massacred everybody, including the the captain. They massacred and killed and like destroyed these towns, and a lot of innocent people died too, I imagine, that aren't Soul Reapers in these like areas.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, all right, I'm with you guys again now.
And that was your boy.
And
he gets a pass.
Yeah, so I was kind of like, I knew it was coming, but I was bothered that it did come, and the way that it did, I was like, so he's just been on your side the whole time, and everybody's cool now,
right?
Like, we're all friends.
And that seeing like that would be very cool storytelling. Like I think I kind of made the comment about Aaron Yeager. I would have preferred it if he had just doubled down on just he was a bad guy. He did something evil to do something right, like you were saying. The means justify the ends kind of thing. It would be cool if they do that, or if they did that, but it seems like they don't like doing that. Maybe this isn't the right type of anime to expect that. I feel like some anime might do that. They might surprise you like that. But again, it is a shonen, so it is kind of directed at, teenagers, preteen males, basically. So they're not trying to do like some really heavy plot development or like some really good story development. They're just, here's some action. Here's a double cross. Here's a double cross.
We're all friends again,
and we're all
let's fight the bad guy
again. Yeah. And then happy ending.
Right. Yeah. And that's the way I'm thinking it's gonna go. And they're just gonna have this team up battle. And I don't know if I didn't read the manga, so I don't know if he dies or who dies.
Yeah.
Anybody else dies.
Maybe that's how they'll justify it. He'll die at the end of it, so he doesn't have to face any sort of like consequences.
Taking an easy way out.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and we don't have to see him take consequences.
Yeah, we'll just
he'll
see him die a hero.
Right.
Because I mean, if the Soul Reapers come back on top and Ishida survives, are the Soul Reapers not going to be like, okay, you need to be brought to justice because you were killing us? So
there's a chair right next to Aizen.
Yeah, next to Aizen. We're putting you on trial. Like, you killed 13 people. You should. I mean, you helped bring down Ewok, but you also helped put them in power too. So I mean,
what's going to happen? And again, I don't think this is the type of show to expect that, unfortunately. I mean, and again, I guess maybe there's something wrong with that. If you know this is the type of show this is, you shouldn't be expecting like these great human drama kind of moments, I suppose.
I guess so. Yeah.
But that's really all I can think of, really. Like I said, it felt pretty redundant to me. And if you're a fan of it, then hopefully you liked it and enjoyed it. Hopefully. But I've just never been. So
you've never been a Bleach fan, yeah. All right, so let's get into those ratings then.
Let's do some ratings.
For me, I think just because I still appreciate Bleach from when I was into anime. Yeah, it was kind of what?
What? A Ute. That was my cousin Vinny.
Got it. Okay.
What's a
It's
Ute?
been a long time.
What's a Ute?
Great movie, by the way. Yeah,
Very good movie. Very good movie.
But yeah, I think because that's like the golden age of anime for me. That was like a time when I was consuming everything that was thrown at me. I was going to conventions. I was watching anime all the time. Bleach was in that lexicon for me, you know.
Sure.
So it's not. I'll never say it's my favorite anime, but it definitely is. Like it's. I always have a certain like feeling that can't be broken about it.
Yeah.
Just based on my experience with it. So, with that said, I think I was okay with this season. There wasn't a moment where I was like super excited, but I think I still enjoyed the ride more than I enjoyed Dandadan. So I think I'm probably seeing it like an 80 for this show.
Okay,
for this
cool,
season.
cool.
I think I gave Dandadan a 75. So yeah, so like an 80 for this. As far as I wouldn't say drop what you're doing because I think. I would have said drop what you're doing for part one because that was pretty good. I thought.
Yeah, that was a pretty good hook.
Yeah,
especially when you watch that first episode, it's like
damn,
it looks good. There's some consequences right out of the gate.
Happening. Yeah, people are dying.
Yeah,
it's intense. Yeah, so that was drop what you're doing. This third one, stream it. Put it on your list. Maybe not the first thing. I mean, watch before Dandadan personally. But,
that's cool.
But I mean, don't watch it before. I don't know, Jujutsu Kaisen or something. Something that's a little bit more exciting. So
yeah. You know what? And again, you got to take this with a grain of salt because you know where I stand with Bleach. I do respect the show. I do respect its following. I do respect that people like it and they love it, and I can see why they do. But just those reasons they didn't really reach out to me. If you are a fan of Bleach, if you followed Bleach for any length of time, then you probably should watch this series because it's concluding, and they are getting into like the cool, like this whole backstory thing with the Quincy's, you know what I mean? Which is this thing that's always been there from day one, but it's never really been explored, and it's all kind of blown up right now. So if you ever followed Bleach, you should 100% be watching. You should be watching this. So I'm going to kind of give it like two different ratings. Like me personally, as far as a score is concerned, I might give it like maybe maybe like a 70, maybe a 70. Like it's good. It's good in the sense like the animation looks good, the action's good. Again, I feel like I've seen everything they're doing, they're just doing it in a different way. Like, we're running through a city and somebody pops out at us and fires a red energy blast at us. 2 seasons later, we're running through a city, someone pops out at us, he fires a yellow energy blast at us. Now we're doing this one again, pops out a blue energy blast. It's like, it's the same. For me, it feels pretty redundant. So I would say it's, I don't know if it's maybe like it's not a skip it. It's more like a mid thing. It's maybe it's like a meh. I don't even know if I would say stream it, unless you are a fan. If you are a fan of Bleach, you should drop what you're doing. You should watch this. If you are a fan of Bleach, if you ever followed Bleach as a kid or whatever the case may be, then you should be watching this show. As a person that's like not necessarily a fan and just kind of walking into it out of the blue, so to speak. If you've never seen Bleach and you're watching this, you've got to be as lost as hell. I do not recommend that at all. Yeah. But that's kind of my take on it. It's I don't know. It's whatever for me, I suppose.